Can you hear me now? Go figure. Um, Jamal, can you message my mom and ask her, can she hear me now? Thank God for family, right? Ah, I can't see the comments. Let me see. All right. So hopefully y'all can hear me now. When I tell y'all anybody could do this, okay, let me see. Just give me one. Y'all bear with me. Okay, got it. Well, we're gonna start again. See, I tell y'all anybody could do this. So whoop, let me just tell y'all, if you don't get anything else when you come on my channel, we are always going to have a good time and a good laugh. Because yesterday, I actually recorded this whole video and realized live that it wasn't even recording. So here we go, take two. Thank you. Shout out for those looking out for me and couldn't hear. So hopefully you guys can hear. Give me a high five if you can. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Crystal. Some people call me Low Baller. I'm your results and transformation coach. And on my channel, I talk everything total transformation, mind, body, and soul. I'm just one of those people that believe that when you work on all parts of yourself, you get to become the best version. So what you didn't hear was I turned on the oven to preheat it to 350. We're going to make these amazing protein donuts. I often have people reach out to me for the recipe and they're like, Crystal, or they stop by my shop and they'll purchase them. And they're like, I don't know why my donuts don't taste like yours. So I was like, you know what? How about we go live and I share the recipe with you guys? And if you have any questions, you could drop them in the comments and I will do my level best to respond to everybody. So what I was saying before I realized that you guys weren't hearing me, anytime you are baking, so I can teach anybody how to bake because baking is a science. I really can't teach everybody how to cook, but I can teach everybody how to bake. So whenever you're given, my aunt, she has an amazing pound cake recipe that she handed me one day. She used to bring me pound cakes when I was in college, right? And she handed me this recipe, and the recipe had cups, ounces, teaspoons, tablespoons on it. So I used to own a bakery, and what I've always done was converted my recipes to weighted recipes. Now you heard me say baking is a science. So if you have a bowl and you have a scale, and say for example, we'll talk about the measurements in this recipe I'm about to share with you guys. If you had your scale, right, and you took your quarter cup in your cup and whatever it is you're measuring and weigh it and write those numbers down, whenever you make your cake, your pie, your pound cake or whatever, cookies, whatever it is that you're making, if you like how it come out, I would suggest that moving forward, always weigh your ingredients because if you weigh them, they're going to come out the same every time. If you're home right now and I said grab a quarter cup of flour and weigh it, I promise you your quarter cup and my quarter cup is going to be different. So once you set it and you love it, keep it. But for the sake of this video, maybe I'll do a video showing you guys how to convert. Like I said, I'm a numbers person and I like to be really precise. And then the second tip I'm going to give you is just, one of the things I do is I enjoy everything. And when I'm making, whether you stop by my shop or I'm making you a cake or I'm catering, I literally put love into everything. And when you do that, disclaimer, most time it come out amazing and people love it. All right. So in making these protein donuts, there's like hundreds of flavors. What I choose to do is, so I use, it was so much I shared with y'all before I realized my mind is going back that I had got cut off. So the protein and the Formula One that I'm using is from Herbalife. Just to share a backstory with you real quick. Dang, it's been 11 years. I'm still my age. 11 years ago, one of my friends had introduced this to me. I was a girl in the gym trying to out-train a bad diet, hopped on my nutrition plan, dropped 35 pounds in 7 weeks. Not typical, but possible, but I'm not a typical person. And I had 2 abs, and I never seen abs before. Felt amazing. Energy was amazing. Fast forward, here we are. So I learned how to make cookies, donuts, and all the things. All right, so for this recipe, I will put the recipe in the description, but it's going to be a quarter cup of your protein, a quarter cup of your Formula One. Like I said, we have some people that use cookies and cream. I found that the pralines work great for everything. When I make my sweet potato donuts, I use pralines. Sometimes I substitute it for our dulce de leche, which is our caramel, but trust me when I tell you everything works. All right, so quarter cup of protein, quarter cup of Formula One, quarter cup of almond flour, 2 teaspoons of stevia. If you don't like stevia, you can use honey, you can use maple syrup, whatever your sweetener is of choice. A half a teaspoon of baking soda, a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 eggs, quarter cup of almond milk, and pure vanilla. When baking, and again, this is my philosophy, I don't like the way imitation vanilla tastes, but I love the way pure vanilla tastes, and you got to be careful when using it. So Thanksgiving is coming up. When I season my sweet potatoes, I use pure vanilla, never the imitation. All right, so we're gonna start with the 2 eggs. I always like to suggest that when you're using a bowl, put your wet ingredients at the bottom, because a lot of times people put their dry in first, and then when you put your wet on top of it, the dry seems to stick. Also, so we're gonna start, look at that, boom. Crack the 2 eggs. Anybody could do this, I tell y'all. All right, and a quarter cup, so we got 2 eggs and a quarter cup of milk. So you can hold it up here, you can hold it down there, you can sit it down. People be like, let me let it stop shaking. Okay, quarter cup. Got a quarter cup of milk. And then it calls for a quarter teaspoon of vanilla. So we're going to drop a quarter teaspoon of vanilla in there. And you can also use a hand blender, a KitchenAid, or you could do it mix it by hand. And I'm about to use my my whisk, and I'm gonna mix this by hand. So now we need a quarter cup of, y'all, I can't find my daggone quarter cup of it's like, go figure. Boom, got one, because this is a half a cup. I was gonna double it, but all right. So a quarter cup of Formula One, quarter cup of protein. And I'm gonna share another hack with y'all. Quarter cup of protein, a quarter cup of almond flour. Kind of notice like the back of my hand. See this, y'all? I forgot I stuck the quarter cup in the bag so I can be ready. Woo! Okay, quarter cup of almond flour. I can just crack my own stuff up. Okay, so baking soda, we need a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And I normally level this. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Then we need a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon. And you can put a little extra. Like if Tanya's watching, she loves cinnamon. She's always like, Crystal, put extra cinnamon in there. So remember, you're baking your donuts. You make them how you like. And then we got 2 tablespoons of stevia. So 1 and 2. All right. So I just want to check myself. Protein, Formula One, almond flour, stevia, baking soda, cinnamon, eggs, almond milk, extract. Ready to go. So now we are going to just take this and mix it by hand. Now, for real, if I wasn't on this live, I probably would have had this mixed up in like 5 minutes. Easy. And actually, you know what I was going to do? Let me do this so that you guys can see a little bit closer. Boom. All right. There we go. I'm trying to get it to switch over. I don't think it's switching. It's not trying to let me be great. Nope, they ain't gonna do it. It's okay. We'll do it next time. I was trying to bring my camera closer so you guys can see, but nonetheless, we're just gonna go ahead and make it do what it do. Now, when I told y'all about the hack, so because, and this is the part that's kind of hard to teach a person, but the more you bake, the more you like check the texture and the moisture of your baked goods. Let's just talk about donuts because that's what we're making today. I can look at this right now. This right here need a little bit more liquid. So what I choose to do is add applesauce. This has been one of my key tricks. I'm gonna just say 2 tablespoons. Sorry, I'm so used to just throwing stuff in. I love the applesauce because it actually helps with flavor and moisture. Because don't nobody, you ever bite into a piece of cake and it just be dry? We don't do dry. But this is one of the ways you can fix that. So as you can see, there we go. Boom. That's about what you want right there. Can you see? All right. So now that we did that, we're gonna grab our pans. We're just gonna spray our pan with some nonstick spray. And these donuts, because I did not add, so if I were making my sweet potato donuts, and maybe we'll do another video if y'all want to see how I make my sweet potato donuts. If these were sweet potatoes, two things, I probably wouldn't need to put in the applesauce, and it need to bake a little bit longer. So I don't know what number this scoop is, but this is perfect whether you're making donuts or cupcakes. So you literally, what you don't want to do is scoop like this. Kind of scoop it, turn it. So to make sure that you get all 6 of your donuts. And I'm just dropping it right in the middle. Bam, bam. And this is perfect. Exactly 6 donuts. Look at that. For the camera. All right. Oop, there it is. And then what you'll do, now that we have them in here, I just hit it to kind of try to even it out a little bit. See that? In the oven 10 minutes. So while we pop these in the oven, and I'm going to put my timer on. Now I'm going to tell y'all, I told y'all this channel, I'm like Microsoft's Wizzy Big. What you see is what you get. I'm going to tell you what your girl did yesterday. I needed to set this timer for 17 minutes while I ran upstairs. Set the timer, y'all. I came back downstairs. I didn't set the timer. I actually put the microwave on and it melted the whole top. You know how you have a microwave cover? Yeah, so that's what happened. All right, so now we're going to make, because I recorded this video yesterday, so I thought, but we didn't go live, I have donuts. So while they're baking, I'm going to show you guys how I ice these donuts. And we're going to make, I'm going to make 2 kinds that I know people love, the Oreo and then the pecan crunch. So here we have our donuts. All right, wrap them up. So see, this is what the donut's gonna look like when we take them out. All right, we're gonna make the icing for the donuts. This is super easy. And I'm sorry, I just make the icing. Maybe I do probably need to come up with a recipe for making the icing for however many. We're gonna come up with a recipe right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 4 scoops of protein in here. 4 scoops of protein. Oh, you know what? I don't remember putting the cinnamon. Did I put the cinnamon? I think I did because I mentioned Tanya, who loves cinnamon. Okay. I'm tripping. All right, so I like to put a little bit of cinnamon. And all you need when making this is water. Let me get a smaller. Yeah, here we go. So to make your icing, it really is just protein and water. And you're going to stir it up. You just keep adding water to it until you get to the consistency. Clearly, we need more water, right? I'm just going, taking it straight from the sink. All right. And you're just going to continue to stir it. And I am going to drop a little bit of pure vanilla in here. All right. Gotta get your good hand. Going to the gym, working these biceps and triceps. Help. Okay. I'm actually going to stir this over the sink. And I believe that when the water is a little bit warmer, it'll mix a little bit better. But we getting there. Just a tad bit more. All right. So if you're a person that don't know how to decorate, sometimes I'll pull out my piping bag and I'll make little decorations on top. But here's a hack for you for your donuts to come out looking amazing. What you're going to do, we'll do the pecan crunch first. And I do not have my caramel drizzle on top. But if you simply take your pecans, so the pecan crunch is just chopped up pecans with graham crackers. All right, let me get my knife. I don't have my decorating. I normally have a little decorating spatula. So super simple. When I did have a bakery and I ate cupcakes, I'm not really an icing person, but there's some people that love the icing. So you literally, just like you're icing in a cake, you ice in your donuts. You ice the icing. What do I mean by that? So you're not going to take the donut and like push real hard on the donut. I put the icing on top and I'm just slowly moving the icing around. All right, that ale. And then all you're going to do, we're going to take and crush this here. Hey, look at that. Pecan crunch. You put a little bit of caramel on top. I don't think I have caramel, but super simple. We'll do another one. So look, we got 5 minutes left and we'll be pulling our donuts out of the oven. All right, so second donut, same deal. Ice the icing, not the donut. Ice the icing means we put a glob of icing on top and we push the icing around with our butter knife. If you had a little decorated spatula, that would be good too. And you just take in, boom, there we have it. All right, now another flavor that a lot of people like is the Oreo. And don't worry, y'all. When I make these in the shop, I make sure this not for anybody allergic to peanuts, that I use 2 separate plates because we have people that are allergic to peanuts. But we're going to take our Oreos out. So I just took some Oreos, crushed them up. So we have the pecan crunch and then we have our Oreo donut. And with the Oreo, there's also like an Oreo peanut butter where you take a little bit of coconut oil and mix it with peanut butter to make it a little runny. We're going to encrust them with the Oreos, and then you take the peanut butter and drizzle it on top with a fork. And that is my Oreo peanut butter. So, bam. Same deal. What are we going to do? We're going to ice the icing. All right. So we put the icing on top and just slowly just push the icing around. And then we're going to take it and push it in. Here you have your Oreo donut. Then we're going to do one more. I got donuts to give away. Now, this recipe is different than for those of you that are local and coming to Manna, and I've been making the hot donuts to order. That recipe is totally different from this recipe. Maybe I'll go live at Manna showing you guys how to make the mini hot donuts. They're so good. I whip them together and then I bake them. They come out hot and we drizzle the sugar-free caramel and chocolate on top. It's the bomb. Truvia powdered sugar, boom. So there we have it. Donuts, super. Anybody could do this. Anybody with a will and mindset could do it. Let me just say this. I'm sure I got people that's like, I can't do that. We got 2 more minutes left. See how fast? Like that time went by pretty quick. Well, we 26 minutes in. Wouldn't be 26 minutes if and I don't see not one comment. I promise y'all. I'm going to have to figure out how to actually see the comments while I'm talking to you so I can respond. Because I got some friends that be like, you don't never answer when I'm on your live. It's not intentional. But I'll share some things that we have coming up too. All right, so we're going to put this here. Put this here. One other thing I will say, whenever you are baking, Like I said, the holidays are coming up. Matter of fact, put in the chat what you guys would like to learn how to bake for the holidays. I'm more of a chef. I don't consider myself a chef. I just know how to cook good food. But I do know how to bake a lot of different things, but not like, I made my own bread. The bread was good. So put in the comments some things that you guys would like to see me make for the holidays. Cookies have I have an amazing chocolate chip cookie recipe, and I'm working on converting it to put some protein in it and to minimize the sugar, because the old Crystal, when I used to bake, it was all white sugar, butter, all the things that we just love. So what I'm learning to do, or aiming to do, is to show you guys how you can still live a healthy lifestyle, still enjoy all the flavors without compromising your health. So I went from eating, like when I had my restaurant, the macaroni and cheese, collard greens, and fried chicken and fried fish like every other day. That's how I got whoop, 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 whoop. But I still eat it. I just don't eat it at that same cadence. I'll have it here a little, there a little. So if you want some help with that too, I can help you with that. All right, we got 15 seconds and we're going to pull that out. So no matter what you are baking, make sure that you pop it out and put it on a cooling rack. Don't allow it to cool in the pan, because it's going to continue to bake, and that's how your cupcakes and all that come out dry. All right, stop. Let's see what we're working with. So and these they're a little tricky because they seem a little light. Let me check it a different way. Sometimes you need to leave it in like for an extra minute, but the more you bake, the more you will be able to tell. This is another minute. I need to put this in. It's still a little loose. So, but don't let it go. Don't put it in there do not put it in there, for 3 minutes, because you're going to mess around and it will be dry. So I'm going to put it in for a minute and 30 seconds. Let me grab mine. Sometimes I need to use my phone to go see if I have any comments. So I'm going to go to my YouTube on my phone to see what we're doing. Okay. Hey, what up, Tanya? Hey, girl. Okay, so I'm looking at the comments. But y'all, I am learning all of this. What I tell you. What up, Coach D? What up, Mama D? I got a couple of my friends on here. So I'm looking to see what I'm saying? I put the microwave on instead of the timer. I'm tripping. The donut should be, I'm gonna give it 30 seconds before I start talking. So bitches, bear with me. But I just say a prayer for me. I'm working on being better and just really stepping out there, this whole YouTube platform, just sharing some of the things I love, the recipes, our celestial morning. We're going to be doing some chair exercises. I have a couple clients that are challenged in that area. She reached out to me and asked me if I can suggest some chair exercises. I was like, girl, I can make some videos and show you how to work out at home in your chair. So stay tuned. Woo! For all that. All right. Here we go. So we're going to turn off the oven. I'm going to be honest. That's probably not the best way to flip these, because you want to make sure they don't stick, because it'll rip the donut, but we did it. They don't always come out like that. Meaning, all right, so they're hot. We're going to turn them over and we're going to let them cool, and that's it. So super simple. You can make these for your family. You can make them for yourself. Tanya's on here listening. Tanya will come to the shop, buy donuts, and she take them home and have extras and freeze them. So she probably could drop in the comment, because I've never froze a donut. All right, so there we have it. All right, so just to run it back real quick, again, to recap. And if you guys are interested in learning more, just reach out to me. If you're interested in getting you some pralines and cream and vanilla protein, reach out to me. Also, I failed to mention, I went on, so some people like to count their calories, right? And their macros and all the things. So when I say count the calories, if you are consuming a certain number of protein every day, a certain number of carbs, and a certain number of fats, if you go to MyFitnessPal, and this is a free version, you don't have to pay for it, you don't have to get the paid version, but whatever recipe you're making, just pop it in there. So even with the recipe, My sons don't care that I'm gonna lie. I digress. So even though I'm sharing a recipe with you, you literally, all the ingredients that I just shared with you guys, you can go to MyFitnessPal, pop it in, and when it asks for serving size, put 6, and it'll tell you exactly how many grams of carbs, how many grams of protein, and how many grams of fat each donut have. So now when you're doing your meal prep, at the beginning of the week or whenever it is that you do it, and you want to you want to make some donuts for the week. The only thing that's not in here, and you can actually measure that on the side, is like maybe per donut, do like a quarter cup of Oreos and sprinkle them on top, or do it without any Oreos. If you literally make these donuts with just the ice and then maybe put some sugar-free caramel or sugar-free chocolate on it, it's perfectly fine. Or the pecan crunch, I have pecans and I put some graham cracker crumbs. So all of that is at your discretion. You literally can lay them out, and if you need to, because some people are like, if you're a numbers person like me, you're like, I want to hit that protein number right on the head, or the sugar right on the head, or the carbs right on the head. You have the liberty to do that. And again, if you have any questions on how to, just reach out to your girl. I'm here to help. So for those of you that have joined me, I really appreciate it. This is my first live on YouTube. Many more to come. Technical difficulties, no problem. We'll get better as we evolve. And those of you who have a word of prayer, just continue to pray for me that I stay on this track of one, being amazing and supporting other people and becoming the best version of themselves. So you have a great rest of your